Hari Hari.
That's a Hari Hari Hari. You know,
Hari,
Akash
Hari,
will be
Hari.
here and I was Hari Hari Narayana Adi Narayana.
Just to remind the names of God. Guruji, yesterday in Satsang you were talking about the Bhakti path is always very joyful. We see all the efforts that Guru does. Guru incarnates here, he descends from Vaikuntha to here, he gives us comments about Shastra, he teaches how to worship, he teaches sadhana, singing, build ashram, where we have all the facilities to just surrender our mind and makes our path easy. But still, we don't surrender. The material desires, attachment comes. What we are doing wrong on our sadhana.
What you're doing wrong, not you I'm talking about, what people are doing wrong is the habit. Because you are accustomed to a certain way of thinking, you make it very difficult. This is a problem. Why? People doesn't change. In spite of listening to the satsang, in spite of reading very nice holy books, but yet changes doesn't happen. Oh, it happened for a very short time, but yet the samskaras catch up again. You have seen that in your life. You see that in so many people's life. At the beginning, when they enter the spiritual path, they have great enthusiasm, great joy and happiness. And they have a whole list of what they want to achieve. And in the middle of that, while the train starts going, the train of spirituality is carry on, what happened? You feel lazy. I will not do my sadhana. Chapter 3, verse 8 of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna wasn't the same. Listening to Bhagavan Krishna, what he was saying. What did he say? How can I fight? Bhagavan, what did Bhagavan say to him? Chapter 3, verse 8. He said to him, you better do your action. Better you do your action than inaction. Because being in an inaction state, even you will not be able to sustain your body. You become rusty. If you have not done something for a very long time, what happens? You find it more difficult to do. But if you have practice and do it very often, you become expert in it. So this is the same. The problem is that you have attached yourself, your mind, so much to a certain ideas, a certain way of thinking. You have accustomed yourself to this material reality, and that you think that will bring me happiness. And of course you base, even when you go on the spiritual path, you base that ideas upon the spiritual path itself, the spirituality, in spite of hearing what the Guru is saying, yet your mind is still attached to that, what you used to think about, how you used to think about. That transformation doesn't change. What kicks in afterwards is laziness. That's why you start your spiritual path, yet you don't. In the middle, you have in the beginning, you have great expectation. Yes, I will have Srimad Narayana. I will have God realization. I will have self-realization. And then in the middle of it, as you are parting, you finish. You find excuses. But Bhagavan here said, you have to work. You have to have action. Without action, nothing is possible. So what is action? When we look at in our daily life, we are constantly in action. We are doing things. But are we doing the things for the right reason or the wrong reason? How are we doing our action even if it is the right reason? Our action is bound by certain things. Action, it is one's own faculty of the senses, mind and intellect, which encounter a certain reality, encounter a certain situation into the outside, which build up of mind, body and intellect. When it meets the object, the emotion and the thoughts, something is created. What is created? When your mind encounter something, one thing must be created. No? There is the emotion into it, the intellect into it, the sense object into it. The object of sense is outside. So what is created? No. A certain tendency is created. A certain tendency is created towards the object what you are focusing upon. If spirituality will be your main, truly focus, nothing can divert you. But because you prioritize the object with your emotion and your thoughts combined together, you get attached to it. That become your habit, that become your life itself. So you create a certain channel inside of you where your thoughts run through. So like that, there's a combination of so many thoughts that you have created, so many channels you have created inside your mind when your thought is running through around. Now, so these vasanas, of course, they don't leave you. At the same time, that is not who you are. But you built a certain relationship to these old vasanas, but you find it difficult to let go. Yes, you change on the outside, but you don't change on the inside. The whole satsang, all this is to transform the inside. The outside will transform. The outside is easy to transform. This is all material. You can change. Clothes you can change. Tilak you can put. Mala you can put. Dancing around you can do. But does that change the inside? No, it doesn't change the inside. You can wear fancy clothes. But that's it. You stay only on the outside. But inside is still the same old you. Nothing have transformed, nothing have changed. And what satsang and being in the presence of the Master does, it's to transform the inside. But then you say, no, Swamiji's habit, Guruji, I can't change his habit. No, I'm so accustomed to that. Did you come out from your mother's womb like that? Did you come out with your mother's womb having a cigarette in your hand? Said, Mama, give me a lighter. Or a bottle of whiskey. Said, Mama, hey, come, let's drink it up. No, you didn't come out of your mother with these things, Or do you think it just happened like that? One moment to the other, the habit just take upon you like this. Oh, you sleep one night, and the next morning you wake up, with a certain habit. So you sleep, you wake up the next day you are drunker. Oh, do you think you sleep, the next day you are a material person? No, it is not like that. It is a countless effort that you have put into that have made all this attached to you. That's why to transform that, it takes some time also. Look, you take, for example, you start to drink alcohol. No? What will be your day? 1 day, 2 days, 10 days, you start drinking alcohol every day. Little bit of wine, the doctor has said, but it is very good and healthy. Excuse in the mind will think that yes, it is the medicine that I'm drinking. But on the 11th day, you will start looking for that medicine again. You start drinking coffee, the same thing. You start taking drugs, the same thing. You start building a certain connection with that, you know. You start to build a certain relationship. A boy sees a small girl every day. Every day we'll see that girl. Or some working, you know, colleague, whatever. In the mind starts to become loose. What happened? On the 6th day, if you don't see that girl, where is she? You start to become trouble. You start to become worried. So like that, that's what the mind does, you know. The mind have created certain reality, but it doesn't want to let go. It doesn't want to change. But yet, when you enter the spiritual path, that's what the Guru wants. That you become aware of each of these vasanas inside of you and uproot them one by one. How? It is through satsang. No? In Bhagavatam, Canto 10, verse 87, verse 16, no, Canto 10, 87, 16, yes. It is said that how one can get rid of all these vasanas. Your devotees is always engaged in a constant remembrance of you. In every action that they do, they remember you. That's how the devotee gets free. By remembering Bhagavan at all time. Even if you don't take your mala to chant, but you are remembering him. You are chanting his name. You don't need to chant loud, you chant him inside of your heart. And you perceive that everything that I'm doing is a prayer for him. And that is a state into which the transformation will be happening when you start engaging the divine in everything that you do. What the master does is to, sometimes you don't want to change. Do you want to change? Nah. Why will I change? My life is beautiful. Why will I change? I am happy, I think so. I don't need to change anything. You can hear that in very often some people put it on, what is it? What is it? YouTube? No. Yes, something like this. No, I don't. You don't need to change anything. Just let everything happen. But then what happened? You become rusty also. If you just let everything happen, you don't take life in your hand and say, yes, I want to transform. Then you will know nothing will happen. Once there was a teacher was teaching in the class, and as he was teaching, he was looking outside. He just left the classroom, rushed outside. As he rushed outside, he saw a man coming from the village, pulling a bull. He's pulling, imagine that in your mind right now. He's pulling a bull. So with every step that he's making, the bull is pulling him 4 steps back. He pulled the bull 1 step. It's like a dance. So the teacher said to the student, look what you are seeing. That is exactly what I'm doing with you. And that's what exactly you're doing with me. So seeing that, this man was very well built and he was pulling the bull, but the bull was even more well built than him, So he was pulling him also back. So the teacher approached the man and said, "What are you doing? Why are you pulling the bull like that?" And then the man said, "Look, I am a newcomer. I have recently come from the town. I don't know how does it work. I'm learning." Then the teacher smiled and said, "Look, in the village, we function differently. The same, when a German goes somewhere, they bring their ideas to other places. When an American goes somewhere, they bring their ideas to the places, But the East function differently from the West. That doesn't link together. So, said, the town you function differently, in the village we function differently. And this is not going to work. So I will show you how. Let go of the rope. He let go of the rope. So the teacher went around, collect some green, beautiful grass. He came, put it in front of the bull. And he started walking, and the bull started following. He will not feed the bull. He will not give the bull the grass, but put it in front only, the bull will follow. Then the teacher started running, the bull started running. Easy. So the teacher approached the man and said, "Look, just do what I just did right now. Take that grass, put it in front of the bull. But one thing you should not do. Don't feed it. Don't give it to him. Because the moment you give it to him, this is where the mess will happen." So you see, it's exactly that what happened, in satsang. The Guru is bringing you to where you have to be, but you are like the big bull. We are pushing back, pulling again and again to make an advancement of one step, but yet you go back 4 steps. So this is a time to reflect upon, yourself. Life is very easy. Especially the spiritual path is very easy, It's not that we have to become lazy and not do our actions. And no, do our action, but the most easiest way, remember Bhagavan in everything that you do. How much does it take to chant Om Namo Narayana, Shivitthal Giridhari Prabramane Namaha? In every action, if you chant Shivitthal Giridhari Prabramane Namaha, you are training that mind to think of Vitthala, to think of Giridhariji at all times. So that mind will not have any choice but to transform. What into which it will transform into the image of Vitthala. It will not be the image of the world into your mind. It will not be the image of worry and pain inside of your mind, but it will be the image of bliss, which Bhagavan Swarup is. And that what your mind have to have. That is why, you see, the sages, they are contemplating upon the Supreme for that transformation to happen. Not for themselves, but for the world. That's why you say it clearly. The Guru come. Where the Guru have come from Vaikuntha. And that doesn't happen easily. All the other gurus, very often they will teach you, yes, come, I have this new technique. Come, I have this new way. Come, this is easy. Come, that is easy. No, these are all BS. Nothing else, Because they can't lead you. They themselves are swimming into this worldly things, how can they free you? They can't. What they need from you is a customer. For them, you are just a customer, nothing else. They will tell you beautiful things, which is pleasing to you, because you are fool enough to listen, because you are thinking, yes, it's beautiful for my ears, it's telling me nice things for me. You are just a customer for them. You can see, go, this technique, that technique, on the internet you have a lot of it. They are selling it, and you are the customer, you're buying it. And they will tell you nice things, because they have to. When you go to a shop, you know, does the shopkeeper tell you, no, it's wrong? Have you ever went to a shop, that person, you're buying a car, the person which is selling the car will tell you, oh, you know, this car has lots of defect into it. It's not a good car. But I'm selling this good. Would you buy it? You are not that stupid, no? You will not buy it if somebody is telling you that. But no, they will tell you, nice, this car is wonderful. Look at this wheel, look at this piston, look at this chassis, whatever. Very strong car. Of course, they want to sell their product to you. But into that, they become themselves also disciple of such people. It is not the devotee, you know, it's not the customer, it's not the devotee anymore. They become the disciple of these people, because they want to tell them the right thing, they want to tell them what they want to hear. If the mind is not challenged, the mind will never change. If the mind is so accustomed to a certain way, changes will never happen. That's what have to be transformed. That's what have to be changed. And that is only the master can do that. What you have to do from your side, have trust and have faith in Bhagavan, but wherever he guide you, wherever he bring you to, it is his will. Nothing happen into your will. If you will something, does it happen? No, it doesn't happen. But yet you keep willing and willing and willing, thinking that you are will-fulfilling tree yourself. You can't fulfill even one wish in your life. You can't even transform your mind. This is one thing you can't even do. And yet your mind is so much with so many wishes inside. Wish I was like this. Wish I could be rich. Wish I reached there. No, you don't need to wish all this stuff. Just trust him. He will bring you where you have to be. Life have been given. In the Gita he said, but as you are born here, there is the right time to be born and the right time to die. There is not a single moment that you will die. There is not a single second you will die earlier. You will die on the right time. And that you don't need to worry about. You know? People are worried so much. Oh, I'm going to die. I have not fulfilled this. I have not fulfilled that. No, trust him. He have given you the grace of spirituality. He have given you through in the form of satsang, in the form of Bhagavad Gita itself, through the form of just love, you know, that you are enjoying right now. Continuously he's reminding you of his love inside of your life. But yet, you sit and worry. What have I lost? You're thinking in the past. What will I achieve? You're thinking in the future. You can't be in the moment. In the life of Buddha, he had one cousin which were very jealous of him. I think he wanted always to harm Lord Buddha. So one day, Gautam Buddha was sitting under a tree. So his cousin, Devadatta, saw him. He said, there's nobody around, there's no disciple around. I will take my revenge. So he hid himself on a cliff where there was a huge stone. Just mere pushing, the stone will fall. So he waited patiently for Buddha to pass. So as Gautam Buddha was passing by, near the cliff itself, so he pushed the stone. The stone rolled down, but missed the Buddha just by a few centimeters. The Buddha looked behind, non-interest about it, and carried on very peacefully his way. Without any disturbance, nothing, he carries on his way. Devadatta saw that, was very shaken and scared at the same time. His plan had failed. He ran away. For many days he was far away, months he was far away, and years he was far away. He never encountered Lord Buddha. One fine day, by chance, they met each other. And Buddha, in a very polite, nice way, asked him, "Where were you all this time?" And he said, "Well, are you not mad with me?" Buddha looked at him as if he don't remember what had happened. And he said to him, "What have happened, it is not the same you. It is not the same me. What is now is now." Very profound. Hearing that, Devadatta fell down at the feet of the Buddha. Tears was flowing out, and that transformation have happened. You see, this is what one doesn't understand, One thing that even in spite of hearing the satsang and all this, they don't change. They think that, yes, the Guru have to adapt to me. No, the Guru is ever free. All the action of the Master is ever free. In what freedom it does it in the freedom of now, in that moment itself. It's not about the past, it's not for the future. It is for that present moment itself. So that's what we have to let go of, that mindset of the old, and be in the present moment. And appreciate what the Lord is giving you. The moment you learn to appreciate what He's giving you now, you will appreciate every moment of what will be also. But if you can't appreciate and have gratitude of that presence itself, you will never have gratitude. That's why transformation doesn't happen. That's why changes doesn't happen. Because you are so much attached to your old ways. But even the satsang, when you're hearing, it don't make sense to you. Because your mind have not challenged. Your mind have not gone through that transformation. And that transformation can happen only when it is going through a certain process. Like gold. Gold, if you find it in nature, is full of impurity, but you have to go through thousands of degrees of heat to be purified into nice, beautiful 24-karat gold. Diamond is the same thing. You see it in nature, it just looks like a rough stone. But the diamond cutter saw the beauty about that, what he took as a diamond and start polishing it. And then you have this beautiful jewel. Gems. So the Guru does the same thing inside. He perceives the diamond that you hold inside of you and take you and try to polish you. When he starts polishing you, what do you say? I, it's paining. The mind, the ego is getting crushed But does the ego is happy about it? No, it's not happy about it. The ego have to rebel. If the ego doesn't rebel, transformation will not happen through that rebellious ego. Whether you entertain that rebellious or not is up to you. Because if you entertain that rebellious, you go into the rebellious of the ego, you will go away and you will become the enemy. There's no other choice than that. But if you allowed that process to happen, that transformation to happen, the polishing to happen, you allowed the fire to burn, all the impurity will be burned and transformation will happen. Chapter 2, verse 49 of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, he said, your devotees are the one which is always into that. My devotee is the one which is always into constant remembrance of me. And due to this constant remembrance of me, purification happen. So like that, so simple and so easy, but yet so difficult. For example, you have a problem. No? You have something which is worrying you. How does that worry become? Enormous. Even if it is just a little thing. Now you go to the doctor tell you, oh my God, I have seen something inside of you, a ball inside of you. It's maybe cancer. What happened to your mind at that moment? You will create the cancer. Even if it is not cancer, the doctor has said, maybe. That maybe you don't hear. What you have heard about is the cancer is there. Finish. It's like the next day you're dying. Not the next day, the same day, actually. When you come out of the doctor, first you went inside very, oh, no, there's nothing, just a bowl. When you come out, you're already, finish. That moment itself, you have killed yourself. Can something be done? No. Because you have condemned yourself at that moment. You have put poison inside of you. Transformation can't happen. Fear have taken over. Being on the spiritual path, the advantage that you have spirituality, that give you a certain depth about what is life. Who are you? Why are you here? It is not just to pleasing of your ears, but it is for your inner transformation.